Parachet, the eighth chapter of Mishlei, following the guiles of the evil temptress in the last chapter, we go back to the beauty of Halo Chochma Tikro Tfuna Titain Kola. Wisdom is calling, understanding, raising her voice. Chochma and Bina, I like to call the first one wisdom, the second one analysis. We've seen the comparison, these two different methods of attaining and gaining knowledge and understanding of the world. Berosh, Miro, Mim, Ale, Darech, Beit, Netivot, Nitzavah. She takes her stand at the topmost heights by the ways of the crossroads, as opposed to the lurid woman or whatever in the previous chapter who was everywhere trying to trap. Liad she'arim lefi karet mevo ptachim tarona. Near the gates at the city entrance, at the entryway, she shouts. And we have this word tarona. Chochmah was supposed to be, we're told in the first chapter, outside. It's supposed to be in the streets. In the streets, it should tarona. So again, it needs to be something that's out there. It needs to be something that's on the street, the Chochmah. It's not the ivory tower. It's not the Torah hidden in the base measures. It's for everybody, everything, every day. Aleichem in verse 4. Ishim ekra v'kol el b'ni adam. Oh man, I call to you. My cry is to all mankind. Havinu, pitaim orma uchsilim havinu lev. Simple ones, you fools. Learn some shrewdness. Learn how to be sharp. Those of you who are dull, figure out with your minds. Get a little sharper, get a little smarter, get a little wiser. Shemu ki negidim adaber umiftach sifatai meisharim. I speak for noble things. I speak for that which is yashar, that which is upright, comes from my lips. Ki emet yagechi ki v'toavat sifatai resha. My mouth utters truth. Wickedness is abhorrent to my lips. And again, right, this idea, chokhmah, connected with Torah, with instruction, connected with moral behavior and decency and goodness and kindness. That's what I'm speaking. I'm not speaking ill to you, but tzedek kolim ripi. Ein bahem niftal v'ikesh. My words are tzedek. They are righteous. They are just. They are not crooked. Ikesh. We have this in the past chapter. We have this ikesh. We have it back in Sefer Devarim. Dor Ikeshu Taltol, talking Moshe about future generations that will go down crookedly. No, if you listen to Chokhmah, if you listen to the advice of the parents, if you listen to the advice, the wisdom of this woman's advice, you will not be crooked. Kulam nichochim lemevin visharim lemotzei dat. All are straightforward to the intelligent man. All and right to those who have attained knowledge. Kichu musari v'al kasef v'dat mecharutz nivchar. Take my musar, my discipline, rather than kesef, rather than money, or rather than silver. Knowledge, rather than beautiful gold. This is ultimately more important than possessions. Kitova chochma mipninim v'chol chafatzim lo yishvuva. Because wisdom is better, greater than rubies. No goods can equal her. It's something that you can take with you, irrespective of your monetary situation. It's moral instruction. It's the way you're going to behave, and a good reputation is olal gabehem. It's more important than anything else. Ani chochma. We're in verse 12. Shachanti orma v'dat mizimot emsa. I, wisdom, live with prudence, and I have knowledge. And I have foresight. My understanding allows me to think about what's going to happen and to react to things, to prepare for things. Yirat Adonai, no sinot ra, ge'a v'gaon v'derech ra ufi tapuchot saneti. To be a Yirei Hashem, to be somebody who fears God, who has awe for God, is to hate that which is evil, to hate pride and arrogance and evil ways and duplicity in speech. Right? Tapuchot, from the word hafuch, we had that a few times, and talking about people who are leading you in a way that is astray. Continuing pasuk Yudal, li etzav v'tushia ani vina li gvura. My counsel, my advice, right? I have counsel, I have resourcefulness, I have courage. Everything I'm going to tell you is going to help you. Bi milachim yimlochu v'roznim yechokuku tzedek. With me, with wisdom, kings reign and rulers decree laws that are rosen, laws that are just, laws that are tzedek. Bi sarim yashoru unedivim, bi sarim yasoru unedivim kol shoftei tzedek. Princes, right, when they rule with me, they rule properly. Great men and all the righteous, How do they judge? With tzedek, again, with righteousness. They're correct in the way that they judge. Their wisdom is good. Ani ohavai ehav umeshacharai yimsaunani. Those who love me, I love, and those who seek me will find me. And we're talking about this and all the tzedek and the justice. We'll have it again in the, but you think about Shlomo, who asked for God for wisdom to judge his people properly. And we think about the story with the two prostitutes, that baby cut it in half, right? It makes sense that Shlomo would be talking about this chokhmah, this wisdom, and this ability that if you have it, you can judge people properly. Osher v'chavod iti hon atek utzdaka. In verse 18, riches and honor belong to me, enduring wealth and success, because I have this wisdom. These other things are going to follow. Tov piryi mi charutzu mi paz utfuati mi kasev nuchar. My fruit, right? What is attained through wisdom, through kindness, through decency. That's all, again, part of this chokhmah. That's part of this enveloping all of the moral activity, etc. My fruit is better than gold. It's better than the finest gold. My produce is better than the best silver. I walk. What is my path? I go in the way of righteousness, the way of tzedek, on the paths of mishpat, on the paths of judgment. And I endow those who love me with substance. And right, I fill their I let them get their full. I let them get what they desire, right? So I think the Gemara here, the Gemara talks about that different people learn different things, right? Some people like to learn mysticism, and some people like to learn Chumash and Rashi. And I believe, not using those two examples that the Gemara talks about, uses this verse, Lahanchil Oave Yesh. There are different ways to study Torah. There are different types of disciplines. There are different books with different interests for different people. And it's all because, right, the Torah is supposed to be Oave. It's supposed to be for love, those who want to study it. So, there's certain things that you might not want to study. There are things you do want to study. There are certain teachers that you like. There are other teachers that you don't like. So the Gemara cites this verse in terms of thinking about that thing. Verse 22, Adonai Kanani Reshit Darko Kedem Mifalav Me'az. God created me at the beginning, at the first of his works of old, right? God created me, Chochma, this wisdom. Me'olam Nisachti Merosh Mikadmei Aretz. In the deep past, I was fashioned at the beginnings of when earth began. Merosh Mikadmei Aretz, all the way when earth, Be'ein Tehomot Cholalti, in verse 24. There was nothing deep when I was brought forth. Now, deep here is not about knowledge and thinking deeply about an item. This is talking about the depths of the world, about creation. When there were no springs, there was no water, right? None of that was here. B'terem harim hat ba'u lifnei givot cholalti. Before the foundations of the mountains were created, were sunk before the hills, I was born. Ad lo asa haaretz v'chutzot v'rosh afro tevel. God had not made the earth and the fields, the land, or the world's first, mud and clay. B'hachino shamayim shamani b'chuko chug al pnei tahom. I was there when he set the heavens into place, when he fixed the horizons upon the deep. Amtso shechakim mimal be'azuz ino tahom. When he made the heavens firm above the earth and the sky, and the fountains of deep gushed forth with that water that wasn't there. Bishsumo layam chuko umayim lo yavrupiv b'chuko mostei aretz. When God assigned, said to the sea, said to the water, it's time to stop, right? And the waters don't transgress his commands. Interesting to think about this verse in the era of climate change and all of the islands that are having a lot of trouble and are no longer. But that's not presumed. That's not from God. That's at least according to one opinion, right? When God fixed the foundations of the earth, I was there. I was with him as a confidant. I was a source of delight, rejoicing before him, playing with him at times, right? God and I were thinking of these ideas. He was bringing it to me, this chokhmah. I et beni B'nai Adam, rejoicing in his inhabited world, finding delight with mankind, right? So the end of creation, when there was already man, right? God, this personification, this idea of Chokhmah and God, whatever that means, we believe that sort of everything is enveloped within God. God is greater than all. It's not God and Satan and Jewish light. It's not God and some other thing called wisdom, but somehow, right, this the image that's being given is presented as if this idea of Chokhmah is in communication with God, as it were. V'ata v'anim shimuli, as we said before, this chapter we didn't have the b'ni, which we've had in the past chapters, and usually we go from a b'ni to a banim. Here we have just the banim, and therefore, my children, listen to me. Vashrei drachai yishmoru. Listen to me, because those who go on my ways, those who listen to my advice, they are happy. Shimu musar v'chachmu ve'al tifra'u. Listen to the musar, listen to the discipline. And what will happen? And you too will become chachamim. You too will become wise. Don't spurn it. Ashrei adam shomei li lishkod ad lotai yom yom l'shmor mezuzot pitachai. Happy is the one who listens to me, who comes early to my gates each day, waiting outside of my doors. And sure you can imagine that this is described in the Gemara as somebody who gets up early to daven. Early in the Gemara in Masechet Brachot, this verse is talked about as the people who the elders in Bavel. The Gemara, I just saw it again. The Gemara says, there are old elderly people in Bavel. And the rabbis say, how can this be? It says that you're going to live a long time. Al Hadama in Shema, the second paragraph of Shema, it says, and this earth will live a long time. And the answer that's given by Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, he says that these are the people who get up early in the morning and go late. They stay at the base medrash. They stay learning. They stay with God, and that's why they can live long lives. Continue in verse 35. Ki motzi matzah chayim v'yapek ratzon me'Adonai. For he who finds me finds life and attains favor from God. V'choti chomes nafsho kol misanai ahavu mavet. But he who misses me, what does he do? He destroys himself. And all who hate me love death. So this connection with God, this connection with Chokhmah, remembering the ideas that are being shared by the parent to the child, by the Shlomo and Mishlei to his children, will ensure a greater life, a better life, perhaps even a longer life. But that, of course, is not so simple to ensure for anybody. But here again, another chapter of the wisdom, the idea of chokhmah, this idea of wisdom, and wisdom is forever. And you want to attach yourself to things that are eternal. Presumably, if it was there before the world started, if it was there with God, the creation story, and then it's something of great value and something not to disassociate from, not something to spurn, but something that will help you, like it, live a long life.